Alright, so this video we're just gonna do a quick rundown of the new Dark Harvest. Where am I? Just go here. Alright, so like we're just doing the typical clear. I'm actually preferring doing this one where you do 4 boxes on like a buff. I don't know why that one did that, but so you do 4 boxes, run over to their blue, or like you basically just do whatever your top side is, and then run over to their top side. So take his blue buff, and then you take Romp, or you can take a big chicken, which you'll just smite. So you just hit the big chicken like 3 times, smite it, go do Scuttle, and you'll already be level 3. There, from that point on, you can look top or mid. Not top or bot, Jesus fuck. Yeah, you can look top or mid, see if there's anything you want to do. Because like with this new Dark Harvest, Shaco, you're going to have to be playing a lot more aggressive, because now you don't get stacks from farming, so now you're basically just farming to get XP and try to get a lead, a gold lead, but you want to be useful, or like make your you need to be really efficient with the new Dark Harvest. So yeah, like I'm just doing some of my jungle stuff, and then I see bot lane is pushed up a little too much, so we're gonna come in here. Like, know what? I actually jumped where he was going to be rather than where he was. Like, instead of jumping in the bush where he could have just dashed out easily, I jumped in the way from where he was going to dash. Now we'll just speed this up. It's just a lot of farming. Trying some shit mid. But see.
Shut down.
Oh, get that fixed. There we go. Yeah, like here we're just gonna go for a tower dive. Alright, then it's basically just farming. Back to farming. Yeah, you're trying to be like as efficient you can. Like, you don't want to fall behind in jungle CS, but you want to maintain that you're ganking a lot and that you're being useful. And like everybody that plays Shaco knows, like his early game isn't quite what it used to be. So like if you can get like level 4 or 5 preferably before like making like really big ganks, that's like the best thing, because then you have enough points into Q. You'll have 2 to 3 points in the Q, and then you start maxing your E for just the raw damage that it provides. Yeah, here I just die, but I want that Dark Harvest. I greeted for that motherfucker so bad. So yeah, I'll just skip ahead. Alright. Yeah, I probably actually would have died there if this Yasuo was halfway decent, but until the cookie crumbles. And here's just gonna be more farming, so I'll just skip up to here.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
Yeah, generally you want to like try to be around lanes that you know are going to be like your strongest lanes. So like for example, like me and my friend here, Anivia, is like he's really good at his role as mid, and he's very reliable at carrying or at least dishing out a massive amount of damage. So like I almost make it my goal every game to camp that lane, like if I can. Yeah, I just get caught out there. That was yikes. But yeah, that's usually how you want to go. Or like you want to try also doing counter ganking. So if you can kind of keep good tips up on the enemy jungler and you know where they're going to be and you're stronger than them, like you know you can beat them, then you want to try being in that vicinity, because you're going to be able to out damage them and it'll be easy. And then that destroys, like, you guys get your team ahead, it destroys the enemy morale. Like at that point they're gonna be fucking tilted, so they start making worse mistakes, and then there's just a lot that can happen from counter ganking. And Nivea is really good for doing counter ganking because you can really bait that egg, and people tend to just use everything they can to try to kill them. Well, you can queue in behind, set a box up, and now you can just whack on them, and either they try to run and your Nivea lives, or they try to finish your Nivea. Usually she'll still live, and she gets to spawn up, throw a stun, and it's just easiest shit in the world. Yeah, like I said, this Yasuo is not in particular very good. Yeah, and here you have a fucking teammate trying to throw goddamn Cho'Gath at you, who does have ult, but he's not very good at Cho. And yeah, like, the thing that's new about the Dark Harvest compared to what it used to be is it is stronger for you early game. So your early game is a little bit stronger than it was, but your late game is drastically, like, lowered. Because now it's only giving you 5 damage per stack rather than it used to do, 10. So, like, it's significantly weaker, but it's still better than de-electrocute. I'll just skip forward a little bit. Like, yeah, once you hit, like, depending on how well you're stacking, once you start hitting, like, 16 to 20 minutes is when you really start to just, like, scale really nicely. I don't know why this thing is. But yeah, I'd die for that. That feels bad. In this case, this is one of the things you can do as with Shaco's clone, is you kind of just like make it look, yeah, I don't fail a lot, but you can make it look like the clone is you as you stay queued. So now the Yasuo here, he's through, and then it's just a free hit. You can do this like a lot. You can do this a lot with like anti-tibbers. You queue in and then press R and then send it one way, like next to her, and she will turn, and usually she will try to full burst the clone, and then at that point she has nothing left. So it's pretty simple. You can do this with like a bunch of different things, but it just takes time to get used to and learn. So yeah, you can see that's that new Dark Harvest proc. And just, you can proc that with like any ability, even Hydra proc. The Tiamat, when you fucking bop them. Which I've actually been trying a new thing with Shaco that I actually really like. So I go Tiamat into Berserker Greaves for the extra attack speed stats, because that helps early, just dueling or like just keep hitting them. Into Duskblade, into finishing Ravenous, because that lifesteal is actually really nice. Helps with dueling, helps with like staying healthy in the jungle, so you can kind of keep ganking here and there. Or if you have a good gank, you can kind of go into your jungle, farm up just a little bit, and then still maintain to keep ganking, rather than having to just like gank and then go back and then do some jungle and then try another gank and then go back. I like it. It helps me stay really healthy, and I don't have to use spells through the thing, so my mana stays pretty healthy unless I have blue. Yeah, here, like, you can see the fucking damage that. So yeah, I'm just trying to buy time right now. Just kind of go for some picks, because now with the new Dark Harvest, your E's do tremendous amount of damage for picks. Like when they're like low, and you fucking hit them, it does tremendous amount of damage. And I am actually going for runes for secondary, I do sorcery, and I'm doing Gathering Storm and Absolute Focus. So I'll get more damage, and then as longer the game goes, the stronger I get. But I also do feel like if you maybe did Precision Tree and did Triumph and Alacrity, or Triumph and Coupe de Grace, do more damage to targets when they're below a certain health threshold, that you just make like last hitting with your E a lot better. But right now I haven't really noticed like needing to have that, because the extra AD and shit that you get from Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm actually feels really nice. So I'll just skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, me going in for a fucking cheese. Yeah, got him with the juke. Yeah, I ended up killing him with the fucking clone, and it was amusing actually. I don't remember if we keep fighting and I die, or if we just kind of take this and go. Dude. Yeah, we just fucking dip. Yeah, you like actually now, like the Dark Harvesting too. Like when you pick it up, you can't do any, like you don't get to apply the next effect for the next 1.5 seconds after a champion takedown. It's not really like, you don't really notice it, because like, I mean, by the time you're like onto the next person, it's already gonna be a fucking second and a half. Like, it's not really that big of a deal. So you're like, here, I'm just gonna come fucking hit him again with another E. Does a ridiculous amount of damage, and it's really good, dude. It just makes it so much better for last hitting too. Like, so I mean, if you're kind of like a dick like me and like the last hit enemy champions just to kind of take that gold, then this stuff is really nice. Yeah, like this is kind of bringing back how the new Dark Harvest isn't bad. I don't like the new damage, but I like how it kind of brings back a little bit more of the old Shaco, where you were really aggressive early, versus like the old Dark Harvest. I mean, like, you were semi-aggressive early, but like you were mainly also trying, like, you spent a little bit more time farming than what you kind of wanted to. But with this, like, you can actually, like, you can be aggro again, and it's, yeah, pick up some good cheese here. Yeah. I get fucking eaten anyway, so yeah. Yeah. Shaco boxes are a must. You can almost win any fight with an enough amount of Shaco boxes, and it turns them away, so it gives you a free like backstab. So if you're kind of like fucking with someone and they come up to like challenge you somewhat and they hit a box, just run up real quick, hit them in the fucking back. It just does a good, procs your passive, does a good amount of damage. No reason not to. So I'm just gonna, yeah. Shaco's really good at doing stuff like that, where if you kind of know or have a good feel of where the enemy is going to be coming from, because like I just seen a mid, we're all starting to go bot. I know that they're going to be coming down through somewhere along to get to bot lane to help their team. So you just kind of get in a good flank, and now they have no fucking, they're not prepped for it, and it just really free kills. Like, it doesn't hurt sometimes just to kind of queue into areas and see if there's anybody there you can see. So skip back ahead a little bit. Yeah, look at this damage. And then yeah, you can do nice edges with the your ulti. I just get killed there, but we managed to get GA and support plus solution, so it was worth. in my book. And then, yeah, like, Shaco is one of those champions that, if played correctly, can basically 1v5. As you'll see in this, like, little clip. You do so much. At this point, I'm so ridiculously ahead, I just say fuck it and I just start going in on people. Looky there. Get all that big proc. And at this stage of the game, your stuff is on low enough cooldown to where you can actually just start to see. Still full HP, and I just jumped into the enemy team. And yeah, that'll do it. And then, yeah, that'll be the victory.